Are you dreading your annual family Thanksgiving gathering? Does the thought of your drunk, racist MAGA uncle droning on about beta cucks, CRTs, Antifa, trans rights, and cryptocurrency put you right off your fresh roasted tofurkey? Why not try MAGA Way from April Biochemicals? Just one spray keeps maggots away. Recorded in front of a live studio audience in Round Rock, Texas. It's the What's Update with Xander IMDb.
Hello, welcome to the What's Update Thanksgiving special. I'm Xander IMDb. Let's get started. We've decided to do a quick episode to commemorate this year's American Thanksgiving by learning and remembering the full history of colonization of the Americas and the reality that it included centuries of genocide, the theft of land, and oppression. Indigenous peoples in America recognize Thanksgiving as a day of mourning. Since 1970, there's been a gathering at the Plymouth Rock Historic Site in Massachusetts on Thanksgiving Day to commemorate the National Day of Mourning.
Yeah, they should.
Here at The Update, we have decided to focus all of our news stories on the indigenous people of North, Central, and South America in our now recurring segment, Native News.
Yeah!
Now first up, Canada. Emma Morrison, a member of the Cree Nation tribe, was crowned as Miss World Canada 2022, making her the first Indigenous woman to win the competition. Miss Morrison announced that she was proud of her victory, not only for being the first Indigenous Miss World Canada, but also for being able to hold open the door for more women of Indigenous backgrounds to bring their stories to the competition.
Aww.
Congratulations to Ms. Morrison.
Well done,
Yeah.
man. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Also in the Great White North, recently, the Canadian government has been ceding increasing amounts of forest land to Indigenous communities as part of a conservation effort to save these boreal forests from deforestation, as they are prime carbon sinks for the region. A carbon sink is an area of plant life that absorbs more carbon from the atmosphere than it emits, a key factor in fighting global climate change. The Canadian government is moving to improve relations with its Indigenous population by returning their land and recognizing their knowledge of the plants and wildlife across the nation. The First Nations people also receive financing and resources to oversee these areas and ensure that the plants and wildlife are taken care of properly.
Yeah,
Good on you,
buddy.
Canada.
Good go, Canada.
Moving a little south, the Yurok Nation of Northern California has something big to be thankful for this year, as dams along Oregon's Klamath River are being demolished. This will be the largest dam demolition project in the world, and will allow the Klamath River salmon, which are of huge importance to the traditions and history of the Yurok Nation, to swim hundreds of additional miles to breed. Yurok Chairman Joseph James told NPR, quote, "The Klamath salmon are coming home. The people have earned this victory, and with it, we carry on our sacred duty to the fish that has sustained our people since the beginning of time."
You rock!
Yeah, get some.
Yeah. While we're on the subject of time, the U.S. House of Representatives recently held a meeting to review a House proposal to seat a congressional delegate from the Cherokee Nation for the first time. The delegate, Kim Teehee, awesome name by the way,
That's a great name.
has served as a longtime governmental official to the Cherokee Nation and veteran policy aide. If Ms. Teehee is admitted in this role, it will mark the fulfillment of a promise made in the 1835 Treaty of New Echota, which forced the tribe to cede its ancestral land and leave the territory on the infamous Trail of Tears.
Oh.
A stipulation of the treaty was that the Cherokee Nation would be, quote, entitled to a delegate in the House of Representatives of the United States, whenever Congress shall make a provision for the same. A promise which Congress never kept since its ratification almost 200 years ago.
Bastards.
And finally, we're taking a trip across the border. Walls be damned. Thanks to Mexican conservationists in the Yucatan Peninsula, jaguars are being reintroduced and protected in the Calakmul Biosphere Reserve,
Arr.
an area surrounding the ancient Mayan pyramid at Calakmul. The jaguar was an important animal to the Mayans, and some Aztec warriors even dressed as jaguars for battle. Jaguars have become increasingly rare in the region because of deforestation, hunting, and the expansion of local urban centers. This is especially exciting for me because not only am I part Mexican myself, but before she died in 1991, my maternal grandmother was responsible for creating breeding programs and non-invasive identification methods that contributed to increasing snow leopard populations in zoos internationally and in their natural habitats. Any efforts to save big kitty cats from extinction, no matter where they live, is a noble effort.
Yeah!
Yeah, kitties.
Native news. You may have heard it here first, but they were here first. We'll be right back.
Yeah! Yeah!
Welcome back.
Come on now!
Welcome back, everybody. Close your eyes for a moment and think about your perfect Thanksgiving meal. Got that in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Does it include cream corn casserole? Whack! Plain mashed potatoes? Whack! Brussels sprouts, asparagus, parsnips, or any other roasted vegetables? Whack! Are you planning on eating tofurkey? Are you planning on eating fucking tofurkey? Get the fuck off my planet with that bullshit!
Tell us how you really feel.
Settle down. I'm only half joking. Not about the tofurkey, though. That shit is legitimately whack. Everybody has their Thanksgiving traditions. Some people eat early, like at noon or some shit. Some people have their meal in the evening. And some people graze all day long at an ultra super mega buffet, coming and going, picking at food brought to the gathering by friends and family for the Super Bowl of potlucks.
Yeah, buddy.
So, here's the Thanksgiving. That's what I did there.
I see that. That's what you did the thing with the giving.
Thanksgiving can be part of some of your greatest or most horrific family holiday memories. We fully understand that American Thanksgiving, to most of the world, is the epitome of ugly Americanness. It's basically a festival of gluttony, with a bunch of people sitting around, watching parades and footballs on TV, gorging themselves on turkey and ham, stuffing and potatoes, pies and cakes, and, depending on your family dynamics, copious amounts of alcohol.
Yeah, buddy.
It is consistently one of the most vulgar manifestations of American excess. We don't have time to get into the horrifying historical context of the day. We can see that it is an offensive celebration of colonialism and first world privilege. But what we are going to address instead is the issue of food insecurity. Even in one of the wealthiest nations in the world, an uncomfortably large number of people regularly go hungry. Most American households do not struggle with having reliable access to food. According to statistics from the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, 88.9% of American households are considered food secure. However, 12% of the population in the U.S. struggle with hunger. That's about 41 million people there. Not exactly a small number. Households with children that are headed by a single woman have the highest rate of food insecurity. 16.7% of all children do not know where their next meal is coming from. 22 million children rely on their schools for hot and nutritious meals. And as someone in the education system, that's debatable. 12% of senior citizens experience food insecurity. On average, the total monthly income for those who use food assistance programs is about $813 a month, or approximately $30 a day. The average cost of a single meal in America is $3.02. Mississippi and Louisiana, both red states, have some of the highest rates of hunger in the U.S. To put this into perspective, the average American yellow school bus holds up to 90 kids. Statistically, 2 of those kids are too hungry to learn effectively. In a country with more guns than people, and that the new Republican-controlled House will prioritize killing the social safety net, this is clearly no accident. Now, I know you're probably thinking, gee, Crisco's, Zan, why you gotta be bumming us out when we're fixing to put on our comfy pants and eat ourselves into a turkey and pie-induced coma?
Yeah, buddy.
Good question, Billy from Kenosha. If you feel that little twinge of holiday guilt, I have a solution for you. Take a few seconds out of your day and drop some cash at the World Central Kitchen website at wck.org. It's an amazing charity. Their primary mission is stated beautifully: wherever there's a fight so hungry people may eat, we will be there. We must be there.
Yeah.
If you're in Texas, like I am, look into HEB's Hunger Relief Program, which works year-round to fight hunger in Texas and Mexico. Through HEB Hunger Relief Program initiatives such as the HEB Food Bank Assistance Program and Feast of Sharing holiday dinners, HEB has given back to its customers and communities across the state by donating over 1 billion pounds of food to help nourish neighbors and communities throughout Texas and Mexico.
Yeah, HEB.
Yeah.
You can also seek out your community's local food banks. Donating food during this time of year is great. Donating money is better. Your local food bank could do way more with your $25 donation than they can by dumping off some of your nearly expired canned beans from your pantry. It's not great. I joke about a lot of things on this show, but trust me, I never joke about food. Food brings people together, like apocalypses and hockey. Food is tradition, and food is love. I don't care what nutritionists and psychologists say. My mom puts together a perfect Turkey Day spread. Stuffing, sweet potatoes with marshmallows, green bean casserole, candy-shaped cranberry, of course. Rolls, gravy, and a turkey so tender it literally falls off the bones. The way my tiny family does Thanksgiving is kind of like a reverse Yom Kippur. Instead of starving ourselves and saying, I'm sorry, we gorge ourselves and say thank you. So from my family to all of yours, have a safe, happy, and satisfying Turkey Day. We'll be right back with Turkey and Tias.
Yeah!
Welcome back. Normally at this part of the episode we do an interview with interesting famous people that for some unknown reason keep agreeing to chat with us. However, it is a holiday and even famous people need a day off now and then. We decided instead to talk to some very important people, or at least people that are important to us. We present our first ever Turkeys and Tias. Up first, a friend of the show and one of my favorite people ever, my Tia Linda. Hola, Tia Linda.
Hola, mijo.
It's good to see you. I wanted to ask you a quick question. What is your favorite thing about Turkey Day?
The turkey. And it's not just eating the turkey, but it's the whole thing. It's the house smelling like turkey and all the other delicious sides. It's people arriving while the house smells like turkey, and us saying the blessing before the turkey. Of course, eating the turkey is fabulous, and then just all the delicious leftovers, and just a little bit of time to kind of reflect on our what we're thankful for the year.
All about that togetherness and food,
Mm-hmm.
especially the food.
Yes, definitely the food.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking with me. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye, mijo.
Next, my dad's favorite sister, my Auntie Michelle. Auntie Michelle, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Sandman?
I'm doing just fine. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. What is your favorite thing about Turkey Day, and what are you thankful for?
So my favorite thing about Turkey Day is not the turkey. So I've never been like a big fan of the turkey, although, that's like centered around the table. Everyone's gobbling up turkey, right? It's just never been my favorite. So in our house, we started making Cornish game hens, which I totally love. They're simple, they're little, you can eat the whole thing if you want to, and there's not a whole bunch of turkey hanging around. You know what I mean? So much.
Well, the leftovers is part of the fun.
Leftovers are part of the fun, but there's just so much of it. And really, I really like all the sides. I'm like the cornbread dressing. Omi makes it with chicken, the yams, the mashed potatoes, the giblet gravy. You don't like the innard gravy, eh?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes? Oh, you sound like your father. I know someone that did not like the mashed potatoes either. You look very similar to him. So yeah, all the sides, and really just everyone being able to get together if possible, if you're not, traveling too far. I think, seeing my brother, some of my sisters, but it's always nice to be able to get together. And of course it makes, Omi super happy when she can see everyone's cute faces. So thankful for that. Thankful that the last couple of years I've been the food pantry director at a church where I volunteer. And so we were able to give out about 60 turkeys.
Wow.
So not just enjoying, my family and my nephews and nieces and my brother and my sisters, but being able to kind of share with others as well.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with me. Love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Finally, last but certainly not least, my tia Missy.
It is I, the mighty Jimmy.
What the fuck are you doing here? What did you do to my tia Missy? What did you do?
I know nothing of this so-called Missy person. Therefore, I couldn't possibly have done anything to him.
Her.
Him, her, they, them, all the people are equal in my eyes of the mighty Jimmy. Equally foolish, that is.
Oh, shit, so she's okay. Okay, fine. Well, as long as I got you here, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
The mighty Jimmy has heard of your so-called thanks for nothing.
Thanksgiving?
You dare correct the mighty Jimmy?
No, of course not.
As I was saying before, I was brutally corrected. The mighty Jimmy is amused by all the death and destruction that comes from this annual gathering.
Oh, you mean like the hundreds of years that colonizers murdered indigenous peoples in the Americas and stole their lands and cultures?
No, stupid. The mighty Jimmy delights in the annual mass murder of turkeys. A bird so ludicrous that even the mighty Jimmy wouldn't have created such a thing. Have you seen these idiotic creatures? They were obviously created to be eaten.
Well, I can see we can at least agree on something. So, Jeebs, what do you have planned for Turkey Massacre Day?
Oh, nothing too crazy. Just making some pig legs with the family and, eating, having some fun time with the family. Nothing too crazy.
Wow, that is bafflingly normal.
How dare you call the mighty Jimmy normal? You have insulted Jimmy for the last time. Jimmy, out.
Somehow I don't think that's the last we'll hear from him. All right, stick around. We'll be right back with Tia Missy, hopefully.
Okay, let's try this one more time. My tia Missy.
Ah, Tia Missy, you're back. Are you okay? Did he hurt you at all?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I guess it's a good sign. So how are you doing? How's Thanksgiving going so far?
So far, so good. We had a relatively uneventful flight out here to Colorado to see your cousins. So, yeah, we're good.
What? Well, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
Well, that's the reason we're here. Spending time with our family. So, now that we're older and the kids have moved away, it's harder for us to get together on the holidays. So it makes it even more special when we're able to get together and all be under the same house and enjoy all the chaos together.
Well, that's really sweet to hear. But thanks for talking with me. Hope your Thanksgiving goes well. Bye.
Thank you for joining us for Turkeys and Tias. We'll be right back. Oh, hey. Thank you for joining us for this very special Thanksgiving episode. Thank you to my tias for agreeing to participate in my nonsense. From my little family to yourself, have a safe and spectacular holiday no matter how you celebrate it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, it is what it is.